this is wonderful.
That's so pretty.
Okay.
This really is a, and folks, just feel free to do whatever. You know me. That we're standing here, young Avery, well, happy, does not realize that she's standing on family land.
Yeah.
This is here by, this building is here because of the generosity of the Hyde family. And not just the generosity, obviously, in considering St. Francis as the 10th child, but also, I mean, this was the primo land in Stillwater.
Yeah.
Here's David, Shirley. Oh, here's Father. But then there's Mike. Oh, wait a second, Father.
Yeah.
Mike was the tough sell. But no, so, and so I hope that through the ages, whatever, as she grows up and passes down the line and say, this is my family church. And that's just a, I mean, all of a sudden, we're in an age where things kind of pass quick. TikTok is gone, you know, whatever. And moments flash, but if we stop and think, and really important stuff, and how it, wow, it's right there in front of you. And that's also segue into what we're celebrating now. The Word made flesh and dwelt among us. We just celebrated the season of Christmas. And what do we celebrate? You know, okay, Jesus is born, we're all saved, yay. But that our God so loves us that He wants to be in the ordinary of our lives. Now think about it. We're all look, you know, I showered, you know, look good. I did at least. She'll need a shower later. But we all, okay, we look good and everything's, we're all looking fine and dressed up. You know, go to church and go out and look. But how about if I said, well, we're going to go to your home right next? You're like, well, it's not clean, you know. So when someone walks into your house, unannounced, so to speak, it's, oh my God, now you see the real me, right? And that's what God wants to do. He wants to live in our ordinary. He wants to walk into the house that's not quite so clean. We haven't got all the makeup on or whatever else. It's just, does that make, see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so God meets us in the ordinary, and for most of his life, he spent most of his life, his whole life as an example, but most of the time of his life was simply being a guy, you know, working, with supporting a family. You know, we don't know how long St. Joseph lived. Traditionally, he died sometime, so Jesus was probably supporting his mother, and until he went on to the more public action. And so anyhow, what we're celebrating, once again, this our God who made all this, who's golly, what was that, about 5 years ago now? Maybe I can't even remember. You know, I remember we turned to dirt. Remember we first shoved shovels in this ground here, and we mixed dirt from all the households in the parish, and kind of symbolized that what this has become. So anyhow, very important moment, and very great stuff right in front of us. And then we come to the question, okay, why baptism for Avery? Why can't we wait until she decides? Well, we're in a country, free choice, and it's very sacred to us. But we also have to take that, look at things properly. We just can't looking at one thing and from one side only will always give you a myopic view on it. So you got to look around. None of us is self-creating. Avery didn't say, I think I shall be created now. You shall be my parents. I shall be called Avery. No. Who does that? What language is she going to speak? What does she already have? She's in a building that is her heritage, right? She did nothing to earn that. But what did she do to earn your love? She simply is. And this is our, one of the things is I haven't been a pastor, I have a lot more time to sit here and just kind of, you know, I'd be like the guy at home, yeah, sure, honey, I'll get the job, I'm going to think. I'm solving all the world's problems. But anyhow, gosh, if I'd quit, I got off track. The distinction, we draw a distinction in our human living between the act of being, just I am, and the act of doing. And we get confused because am I doing enough? And like sitting in confessional, and the word, one of the things, I try to correct people gently, but get the word enough out of your vocabulary. Can you do enough for her? Sam, can you do enough? You can. Everything you do with joy, but there's always more. And that's the beauty is, the more we give, the more joy. And we understand what it's like to be God. anyhow, we are given everything at first. Everything comes from someone else. Our parents first, but then not just parents. Once again, there's a larger sense, right? And so, what do you guys want to share with Avery? Okay, speaking for parents, family, society in general. Well, we want her to have a happy childhood. You know, all kids are supposed to. Yay! What do girls do? I don't know. Barbies. They still do Barbies and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd give her a soldering iron and say, "Hey, here's a circuit board.
You probably
Make me a computer." Anyhow, you want her to have an education. Why? Not just simply to get a job, but knowing stuff. It's knowledge itself expands. You have a deeper sense of reality, right, and your own self. And for other happiness, whatever talents and abilities, you're going to help her to discover. She may be a virtuoso on the piano. She may hate piano. Whatever, who knows? But you're going to help her to discover that. But the most important thing to give her, she is a very good student. The most important thing you're going to give her is relationships. I mean, you think about it. I mean, if I grew up happy. Do we have as much? I wasn't poor, but I didn't have a lot. But I was happy. Why? Because relationship, love, and so obviously, you two are here because you made her, your parents. The rest of them are here because there's a relationship, but even if there's not a quote blood relationship, there's a deeper bond, and that is what baptism is: sharing relationship, sharing love. Avery has no idea who everyone is, but she will come to know the people you deem important. She will come to know and value. That's how Jesus gets into all of our lives. Other people say, "Hey, this guy Jesus, this faith I have, it works. It's a good thing. May I share it?" Well, yes, you may. And so that's what we're here to do, Avery. And I haven't even formally started. It's gonna be long.
You gotta make it worth the drive.
Yeah.
I gotta give you your money's worth.